Today's tutorial will show you how to work the stitches in the Mountain Peaks crochet designs. I have began with the foundation row of 13. Depending on which design you're making will determine how many stitches you need to crochet. For row 2, I have begun with the chain 1, and I'm going to work 6 modified half double crochets. If you are unfamiliar with the modified half double crochet, I do have a tutorial showing that specific stitch on YouTube, or I will have it linked in the description of this video. So I've completed 3, 4, 5, and 6. Here's my last one. You're going to chain 1, you're going to skip the next stitch, and then continue working 6 more modified half double crochets. Across to the end of the row. So this is the end of row 2. As you can see, there are 6 stitches, and then there's a chain space, and then 6 more stitches. For row 3, you're going to turn and chain the 1. You're going to work 4 modified half double crochets across the row. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you're going to have 2 unworked stitches from the row below. So there's this one, 1 and 2. At this point, you're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're going to drop down to 2 rows below. So not the chain space, that's your current row. You're going to go to the row 2 rows below, and you're going to grab the stitch, the top of this stitch right here, and pull that chain space behind your work and just slip stitch into it, and then chain 4, and now you're going to skip the next 2 stitches, which is 1 and 2, and you're going to work modified half double crochet in the last 4 stitches. So this is where you're going to work the last stitch. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to skip the first 2, which is 1 and 2. So yarn over and work your modified half double crochet. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the end of row 3. For row 4, you're going to turn with the chain 1. You're going to work 4 modified half double crochets across the 4 modified half double crochets of your last row. There's 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then you're going to work you're actually going to work a double crochet. Since this row is already half double crochets, this right here, which looks like the bar or the front loop, is actually the back bar of those half double crochets, because if you rotate this over, you can see the top loops right here. So just grab those loops and work a double crochet. And then in the next one, another double crochet. Then you're going to chain 1 and skip your chain space here, and then you're going to work a double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So there's my skip, and there's 1, 2, and then work your modified half double crochet back in this next row up here. So the double crochets, you drop down and work in that prior row. And then we're going to come back and get our 4 modified half double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, whoops, and 4. And when we turn at the end of the row, you can see now the row has been brought up to the same height all the way across. Okay, I already began row 5. I started off with a chain 1 and then worked my 4 modified half double crochets. And then I wanted to show you how to work your next row of this V pattern. So chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your current row. So if you drop down to 2 rows below, you're going to go into this skipped chain right here. So just kind of grab that loop, or the chain space, I guess it's not really a loop, and single or slip stitch around that. And then chain 4. And then you're going to skip the first 2 double crochets and then work 4 more modified half double crochets starting right here across to the end of the row. So now you can see we've got 2 of these V's right there. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more rows for you. So now I'm on row 6. I began with my chain 1. I've worked 2 modified half double crochets, so I need to work 2 more. There's 1, 2. Now I'm going to drop down, and the stitches below, these are double crochets, so they don't have that back bar of a half double crochet. So you want to grab that back loop and work another double crochet in the back loop on that stitch. Back loop, chain 1, skip your chain, and work a back loop on top of the next stitch. When you're working these back loops, make sure that you are only grabbing the back loop and that these chains on your back side of your work are not being touched. These need to be left alone. So just in that back loop, double crochet, and then picking back up on your current row, you're going to work your 4 modified half double crochets. There we go.